The Highway Patrol cadets in Sacramento did this whole thing one day, just a couple of weeks ago. It was at the Shriners Hospital. And these cadets for the Highway Patrol, they cleaned cars, they cleaned the game room there, they fixed the playground, which was really great for the Shriners Hospital. You can actually tell how grateful they were for them doing that at the playground.
We try to make this as joyful a place as possible. It's not always joyful for the kids, but when they're able to get out of their room and forget about a procedure or something that they've been going through here and just play and be a kid, that's what CHP Today is helping us do, is really allow the kids to be kids.
So the cadets doing that, you could tell that made such an impact, especially when they got to that playground. I mean, they did a lot of things, but those kids need some kind of escape when they're going through the middle of the stuff they're going through there.
Oh, yeah. And not just for the kids, but for the cadets. I bet they came home with a whole different perspective.
Yeah, I wonder how many showed up and went, I don't want to be here.
Oh,
but
sure.
at the end of the day, it's like, I'm glad.
How many times have we done that?
Every day?
Yeah.
I don't know.
7.
7?
7? No, Jim. 70 times 7.
Oh, nice, Rob.
I'm sorry.
Smooth.
But wait a minute. That's supposed to be about forgiveness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong context.
It can be used.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
You know how when you see somebody have a weird food combination and you kind of laugh at them until you realize that people, see stuff that you do, you think is normal.
And we laugh at
like,
Jim.
What? Like for
Every morning.
Yeah.
For decades, 3 decades, I have taken the fries and dipped them in my chocolate shake.
I've heard of that. It's not my thing.
And every time I do it now, I thought everyone did that. And every time I do it now, people are like, what in the world? And
What are
then
you
they
doing?
try it and they loved it.
I've seen people do that at Wendy's and that
Yeah.
Frosty
Yeah.
stuff.
That's where I
Right.
did it.
That's where
Oh
you
my
do
gosh,
it?
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Evidently,
like a
that's
thing,
the
right?
combination, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great.
Oh, my
It's normal.
son does Cheetos and applesauce. Is that not disgusting?
That's a different
I don't
combo.
understand.
That's wrong because I don't do it.
Oh, that one's wrong.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, there it is. Oh,
But
wow.
people do,
Ugh.
they mix up popcorn and soda in their mouth.
That's disgusting. Doesn't it fizz? Doesn't it just go nuts? I don't know.
I don't know because I don't do it.
Because you don't do it. My mom eats peanut butter sandwiches with relish.
What?
I've never heard of that.
And peanut butter and butter. Peanut butter and butter.
My grandmother
It's
did
redundant.
Really? That's the
I've
only
seen
other person
that.
I've ever heard of.
that. I've seen that before. It might be a generation thing.
It could be.
Jim? Peanut butter and butter?
We didn't have peanut butter when I was a kid.
Yeah, so he's pre-peanut butter days.
Orange juice
Too
in
hard
your
to churn the
cereal.
butter.
I've heard that.
Orange juice in your cereal?
That's like you're too lazy to get a separate glass of
I'm
orange
sorry,
juice.
that's gag reflux.
Eggs and ketchup?
That's semi-normal.
Every time. Love it.
I don't do it, but it's still I've
You
seen
do
it
that?
enough.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask our video crew. Taylor, Brian, what do you guys do?
They're weird.
Food combo.
They're weird.
Taylor
There's
said
gotta be
nothing.
one.
There's someone I know that puts peanut butter on American sliced singles, and they eat it like that.
On cheese?
Yeah.
Who is this
American
person?
cheese.
You said peanut butter, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
peanut butter
On cheese?
on cheese.
Okay.
They'll take a
I-
slice and spread some peanut butter on it.
Is
fold
that
it-
someone you?
No.
Come on. You confess up. It's all right.
It's-
Asking
I
for a
thought it was
friend.
disgusting. Someone close to me, though.
Okay, that would be his wife.
Wife. Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
say that close.
Yeah. Okay, then. You know what? It'd be interesting to hear what habit you have. The interesting food combo. It's normal to you, but others will go, what?
Why are you doing that?
Peanut butter on cheese? Come on.
That's probably the worst one I've heard this morning.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
There you go. I was just waiting for that.
Well, Robert smashed peanut butter and mayonnaise. He said it's not too bad.
I've heard that. That's like a thing, isn't it?
I've never tried it. I do banana and mayonnaise. I don't do peanut butter and mayo. I don't. What do you think?
The banana mayonnaise?
Yeah.
It's
We
all
feel
too
for
mushy.
you.
It's all too
We
mushy.
feel for you. It's okay.
All right. So Brandon said his girlfriend's daughter, y'all, hold on for this one, Parmesan cheese in her chocolate pudding. What? Parmesan cheese smells like feet.
It's like against the law, isn't it?
I've never heard this. The Parmesan cheese smells like
I think
feet.
it does. Middle schooler feet.
Yeah.
at that.
Oh, even that. Oh, you brought it to a whole new level.
Yeah, but it's good on
What
spaghetti.
did Liz
so-
do to us here? Okay, Laura's along with us at 800-447-7234. Now, we're hearing earlier, check this out. Brian, one of our video producers, what did you mash up? Oh, it was a friend of yours. It was cheese and what?
It was cheese and peanut butter.
Okay, Laura, you say you do that?
I did that.
When did this tradition begin for you, Lori?
I have no idea. Probably as a kid. I don't know. The slice of yellow American cheese. You put peanut butter on there. You roll it like a little roll thing, and you eat it.
So what's the draw? Like, is it a sweet and salty thing, or like, what's the draw? What do you crave about it? She doesn't even know.
It's the combo. Who knows?
So let me see if I get this straight. For your whole life, way back when your mom was making you food, she just put the peanut butter on the cheese. It had to come from somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think she did it. I think I just did it.
Oh, little experiment.
I guess as a young child, a future chef, maybe. I don't think it took off. There's only one other person who has yet to be named.
So far,
likes it.
peanut butter and cheese.
Casey loves the mustard on the pumpkin pie. Casey.
Come on, Katie.
What is that about? Whipped cream. That's the only thing that goes on pumpkin pie. Brian likes, now listen, hold on, to dip peanut butter cookies into tomato soup and chocolate chip cookies in chicken noodle soup.
Ooh.
I don't know who messed you up, Brian.
Brian, I love you. It's okay. You're fine. You're okay.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
She did go, but it's all right. We're hearing from, what's this food combo dude? Okay, this is Don. Don, you've got to tell us that interesting food combo.
Hamburger, peanut butter, egg, bacon, and cheese.
I get the bacon, cheese, and egg. What I don't get is the peanut butter on it.
And the peanut butter and the hamburger, yes, very good. Until you try it, you don't know what it's like.
Was this like from childhood, or did you just think, I want to try this and see what it tastes like?
Actually, I was at a restaurant, and they suggested I put peanut butter on it. I never heard it. I said, okay, I'll try it, and it was good.
I don't know. I don't know if I can try that. I maybe. All the other stuff sounds good, so just throw a little peanut butter on and try it.
Yeah, there you go.
And I don't know if I want to try that restaurant.
I definitely don't.
Dude, put some peanut butter on the hamburger.
Sandy texted in, and she said she likes orange juice and Reese's peanut butter cups for breakfast.
Okay, well, that'll get you going.
Hopefully it's before you brush your teeth, because orange juice after brushing the teeth is not good.
Yeah,
not good.
Paige says my mother-in-law makes peanut butter fudge with cheese in it.
What, no, really?
Yeah.
Peanut butter fudge and cheese on the inside. That's the stuffing of the. Okay.
Is it shredded, I wonder, or is it like little chunks? Because shredded might go down easier. I don't
It might go down
Might.
easier. What about melted? It just oozes out or something like that. Okay, sorry. Let's say now this is Brian. I think Brian texted us earlier. Okay, Brian, what's up?
We just talked about my I like to dip the peanut butter cookies into the tomato soup.
That was you.
Ew!
No, it's not bad. You just really got to try it. It's just the sweet and salty together.
But who started that trend with you? Did you make it up, or somebody introduced you to it?
Oh, I made it up.
Wow.
I mean, if we want to go ahead and get extreme, I like to dip my brownies in A1 sauce.
I gotta go now.
Oh.
No.
Oh. Love you, Brian.
I mean it. I love this woman because I think we've all been here. So there's a mom. She gets in the car, normal routine, everyday schedule. She's taking the kids to school. She looks like in the video that she gets to school and then realizes no kids in the car, and she loses it. I'm taking the kids to school and I don't even have him in the car. I have to go back and pick him up. I can't believe it. I love my kids.
I love her laugh.
I do too. It's infectious. And there's no car seats in the back of the car, so they had to have been middle school. Did you not think it's really quiet in here today?
Yeah. Or how long was she talking to them?
Right.
Until she realized they're not in the car.
They're probably on their phones anyway. They didn't even notice mom said.
True
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And she was used to not getting a response.
Yeah. there we go.
Possibly.
We figured it out.
You got to play that again. That sounds hilarious.
I'm taking the kids to school and I don't even have him in the car. I have to go back and pick him up. I can't believe it. I left my kids.
And she's showing there must be multiple children because she keeps showing
The whole back
scene. There's nobody. There's no lunch boxes, no book bags. You know, I did something similar.
Oh, come on. No.
I went to
you did
school,
not.
so I was working nights, and my daughter, I would get home at like 1:30 in the morning, can't go straight to sleep. She had to be at school 7:30-ish. And I went in twice to kindergarten with my shirt backward.
You went into the school with her?
Yeah. You
Shirt
had to
on
walk them in.
backwards.
And I want to say at least at one time it was inside out. And somebody was like, your shirt's not right.
Okay, that's a real mom moment, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. You've probably done this yourself.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your epic parent fail that you can laugh about today. I'm sure you didn't at the time.
No. Very embarrassing.
Here's Michelle at 800-447-7234.
I was listening to the lady who left her kids in the car and thinking about the time I left my kids at Focus on the Family on the front steps.
You did the actual Focus on the Family in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Yes.
What happened?
Okay. I'm trying not to laugh anymore about it. Okay, because look, they're grown. They can take counseling now. But this is what happened. We were going on a field trip. I homeschool, and we were going on a field trip, and it was to Focus on the Family. What I didn't realize, they had two campuses. So I'm always running late. So one of my daughters is 3, the other is 5, and we're flying there and we pull in there. And I said, oh my gosh, we're late. I said, I'll tell you what, I have to park. Mommy has to park. I'm going to get out. You all sit right here on the front steps because I'm going to pull into that park right there. And then what possessed me to put them on the step, I don't know. So I'm going to pull into that park, and then I'm going to run up here and we'll all go in together because we're running late. So I put both of them there on the step. I pull into the park, and as I'm pulling into the park, there's a man out there, and I'm asking him where to go, and he said, oh, you're at the wrong campus. You go out of here and make a right and go down several blocks, and that's where you're supposed to be. And I said, okay, thank you. And I backed up, and I pulled out of the parking lot. I made a right, and I'm talking to my girls who are not in the car, and I said, we're not going to be that late, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there. And I'm like, girls? And I look behind, and there's nobody in the car.
As they're sitting on the front steps.
Oh, my gosh. And I can't turn around because there's nowhere to turn around yet. So I had to wait till I could get a place I could make a U-turn. I fly back around, and I come, and there's a man standing on the steps talking to my children.
Uh-oh.
Because they're just sitting there. And so I pull up, and my oldest daughter, who has always been the very wise old person, she said, well, the man asked us what we were doing, and I told him, well, we're waiting for our mom, but she just pulled out of the parking lot. She went that way. I'm so embarrassed. And I said, okay, Michelle, at least you left them at Focus on the Family. Okay? That's the only thing I can say.
Michelle.
I love her. I want her to be my best friend.
You are a hoot, Michelle. You are the best. I just see your kids sitting on the steps going, Mom?
Right, and the oldest
going
just
off?
blank, serious stare.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Dorothy, I like the way, I got to read the way she says it because it's like all these facts. Dorothy, major snake phobia. Special event at primary school. Woman walking around with huge snake draped around her neck in a large crowded room. Fled room and left my 4 and 5-year-old daughters to experience the snake. Did return when it calmed down and waited and watched from the edge of the room. Poor kids. That was my mom.
Mom left us.
Mom ran away. Deadly snake in the room. Okay. Ashley, what about you? 800-447-7234.
I went to a birthday party one time for my oldest daughter, and I had a newborn and a 2-year-old. And so the 2-year-old is sitting on my lap, and all of a sudden I start panicking because I can't find him. And I'm looking everywhere. I move him to the side. I'm like looking for him everywhere. And this mom next to me sees me panicking, and she looks at me and she goes, "Is it the one on your lap, or is there another one?"
I've done it with a phone, not a kid.
Yes.
Lisa Lynn is joining. So she says her son, he was about a year old, and he would put his head, arms, and legs in any opening he could find. And so she was in the kitchen, she turned her back, and all of a sudden he's screaming. And she said, I turned to see his arm stuck between the slats on the back of the chair. She was calm. She tried to wiggle his little arm out, but he started screaming, and then she lost her cool. Next thing she knows, she's in the garage throwing tools around while on the phone asking the husband where he had put the hacksaw. He calmed her down, told her to grab the Crisco and grease him up.
There you go.
And it worked. She was mortified because she thought, what if she slipped and, got his little little arm.
Or got desperate to get the chainsaw.
Yeah.
We're going to get you out of there, kid.
Wow. Linda said, there were 7 of us. We went to church with my mom, and after church we stopped at the bakery, and then we all piled back in the car, and then Mom did a head count and realized she left little Michael.
Oh, no.
So she just peeled around and went back there like a panicked mom, and there's little Michael sitting in the owner's lap eating a donut. It was fine.
Yeah, sweetheart, you're not alone, Linda. Hang in there.
He was okay with it.
And she can laugh about it today. Okay, this is Tamara. What happened, Tamara?
So I have so many epic fails as a mom, I could write a book, but I'm going to actually laugh at my parents. When I was little, we went to church. We never missed a Sunday, never missed a Wednesday. And my parents drove separate cars because they were both on different committees. My dad did sound and was a deacon, and my mom helped with the kids. So there was one Sunday where we were all rushing to get to my grandma's house, and I noticed that more and more kids were leaving, and I was still at church. And a school teacher called my parents and were like, "Hey, Tamara's still here. Is someone planning to come get her?" Well, my mom thought my dad had got me, and my dad thought my mom had got me, and they had both left and already got to my grandma's house. So I was left at church.
It's a whole new series, Church Alone.
I know. It was fun, though. I mean, I got to play longer, and I got a snack, so it was cool.
Yeah, good memories for you.
Oh, absolutely. We still crack up about it. I mean, I'm 28. We still laugh about it.
Amy's relating to Liz, except for she took it out on her kid. Said, I sent my son to kindergarten several times with his pants on backwards. Epic.
Wait a minute.
Mom
How do you
fail.
do that? Because the zipper,
button and zip
right?
it.
Yeah, you'd think.
Well, sometimes girls have zippers in the back, so maybe she was used to her own
That's
clothing.
true.
Yeah, there
Amy,
we go.
that is hilarious. I love it.
And then you've got Sandy, who was camping with her kids at Cades Cove. She had a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old, and I guess her mom was with her, and they went driving around to see what they could find. Well, they were walking, they were hiking, and thought they saw a boulder, realized it was a mama bear
get out.
sleeping. Mama bear, I guess, started to roll over. So Sandy takes off with her 9-year-old and left her mom and her 7-year-old standing there. Then she came to her senses, rushed back into the woods, met them. They had stinky faces, of course, and wondering what happened to her. She still feels terrible, but they laugh about it.
Mom, you left us.
I would have been
She
like, my
ran.
earrings are out, Mama Bear. Let's go.
Yeah. Liz
think
Mama
that's-
Bear just came right into action.
I say that's what would happen. I might do exactly
Probably
like Sandy
bolt.
and take off. Yeah.
Okay, Barry's along with us. What happened, Barry?
We went to a trip in Atlanta and staying at the Marriott Marquis. My son had a thing with a modeling. It was a modeling competition or something. And I have 5 kids, and we all went to get. I don't know if you've ever been there before, but those elevators are glass and they go like super fast. You know, they shoot up really high, really fast, and we're all about to get on the elevator. My middle son Zachary, at the time, he was 6, and we stepped off the elevator trying to get everybody together so we could go up at the same time, and the door shut, and took him straight up 40-something floors. He was screaming bloody murder the whole way. I ran around into the atrium to look up to see where he was, and luckily there's a security guy there, and he called up, and they met him on like the 38th floor or something like that, and he was freaking out, and we were too. So from that point on, he never left my side when we got to get on a...
Was this poor little face like up against against the glass looking at you as he's going
It
up?
was, and he was screaming bloody murder. And I don't know if you've ever rode those elevators, but they really fly. They take off fast, you know, so it was like, zoom, he was gone. And all I could hear through the elevator shaft was him just screaming bloody murder. But bless his heart, now every time we go to get on the elevator, he's a grown man now, and he'll grab his kids and hug them up and snuggle them to him, and then they'll get on it. So it was so funny. I ruined him for life.